Trying to figure dimensions for this spatula. Probably about the width of my hand, because I think of food. So this will be the part that's in a pot. The handle's going to be up here somewhere. If I think about food being pushed by the flat part, probably want it about the width of my hand. So let's say there. There's going to be an angle on the end, slight angle. So it's a little more ergonomic aiming at a pan. And I think I want my handle to be a little bit longer, maybe 2 hand widths. Something like that. And since my piece is, what is that? Just over ½ an inch, like 5/8, I guess. Or in millimeters, it's a little easier. About 20, 21. That's how thick the handle's going to be. And then I'm going to taper this part down. So I will probably get a ruler and mark that out. Found me a straight edge, I guess. Not exactly a ruler. That's okay. Also needed something a little finer. Could do this by eye, but so I do want it to come across here, but we're going to give it a bit of a curve. Probably want to cut something out like that. Now we can rough out our blank. I started out by using my roughing gouge. All I'm trying to do is get it to near round, and then I'll switch to a skew. You can hear a lot of chatter going on as I get toward the middle of that stick. It's pretty thin, and it's not super sturdy. I wish I had some sort of steady rest, but it's not even round enough yet. I guess I could make a spot that is. Anyway, it's time for the skew. As it turns out, all that rattling was because my tailstock wasn't tight, and there I just tightened it up. I would try and do more of a peeling type of planing cut here, but with that springiness in the middle, I found that I needed a bit of a sharper angle to slice more than peel away. We'll speed things up here a bit. The best tip I can give here is I'm feeling that wood to feel if it's flat, and you can really tell. To handle the curve, I started off using the skew, just using the toe of it to point into the wood and make a nice clean cut. You've got to go really slow because you're cutting a lot of air. I did switch to this ½ inch spindle gouge though almost right away, just because it's easier to make an inside curve with that. This is spinning around 1700 RPM. I guess I could stop the lathe and change the belt and have it spin at like 3000 or something to make this a little bit smoother, and I could cut quicker. But that would take extra time, and I need this thing for breakfast, so I'm going to continue like this. Let's speed this part up a little too. I don't normally show sanding unless it's important. Here, when I'm sanding a pile of air, I prefer to use a sponge. Now on the end and back to the skew, and if I use the side of my blade, it makes it really easy to round that curve and get a really good slicing cut. And I don't need to use the tip, I don't need to try to make a bead, I can just use the side of the blade. Works super good. Now I did want to try cutting here, but I did go skating. That's because my head angle, and I'm just trying to get the camera view, and I'm not as good like that. So anyway, a little bit of work later, didn't mar the piece, so that's good. Now that I've cut that end small enough, that tip just breaks off so easy. And since skews are super sharp, or they should be, it's real simple to slice that end off. Just make sure your fingers are well below the travel of that sharp little blade. Again, tiny bit of sanding at the end, and that part's good. I had a little fight with myself because I don't normally show sanding, but here I am because it's kind of an integral part to this whole spatula thing. So I had made a disc sander for the lathe some time ago, and I found that it works incredibly well for this. So here's me just kind of sanding it flatter, rounding the corners and edges and stuff, creating the slope I wanted on the end as well. Worked super, super well. And that is the final spatula. And this is the spatula in action. Today, it's hash browns and eggs. Of course, lots of butter. Works really good. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. See you guys next time.